Welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining us for today's webinar covering the current rail environment. My name is Ryan Bell, and I'm the Business Development Manager here at FTR. Today, we're going to be joined by FTR Senior Consultant Larry Gross. He's going to give us a brief update on the current happenings in the railroad space and a peek into what to expect moving forward. So before we dive into the content with Larry, I did want to share some information about FTR and who we are, just in case you're unfamiliar with the work and area of expertise. Our main business is researching, analyzing, and forecasting the freight economies, truck, rail, intermodal, and we give a shipper's perspective as well. We do a special focus on understanding equipment demand in a separate set of publications. But we disseminate our information via our reports, webinars, and conferences. You can catch several of our experts, including Larry, throughout the country at numerous industry events, both as speakers and attendees. So with that, I want to throw it over to Larry and let him give the brief overview on the rail environment. Larry, take it away. Well, thanks, Larry. That was really great insight. We appreciate your contribution and look forward to seeing what the industry holds next. So with the content that Larry spoke on, I wanted to let everybody know about the information that we cover on an ongoing basis. A lot of the things that Larry covered today, you can find in one of.
I'm gonna pause you.
What? What?
You just got to make a mention of that. You're gonna let the questions come in and let Larry.
Oh, I forgot about questions.
Yeah, he has just said, okay, I think we can do some Q&A. That's my formal remarks.
Okay, we're setting up the questions. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so just make a mention of that. Cool.
All right.
Hold on. All right, anytime.
Well, thanks, Larry. That's great insight. We really appreciate your contributions here. While we wait for the questions to filter in, I want to give everybody a chance to look at some of our standard publications. A bulk of the information that Larry talked about today came from one of our standard publications as a part of the Freight Focus series. Larry is the author of the intermodal and the rail updates. And we also disseminate some information in our shippers and trucking updates that ties into the rail environment. It really gives a good overall picture of what's happening in the North American market at any given point in time. So if you would like any other information on any of these reports, you can visit ftrintel.com/freightfocus. Or shoot me off an email, rbeall@ftrintel.com. I'd be happy to provide some samples here. Okay, and we also host an annual transportation conference each year in Indianapolis. This year's event's going to be September 15th, 16th, and 17th at the Old Union Station in downtown Indianapolis. This year's event's been significantly expanded, and we're looking to have around 400 attendees, so it's going to be a really great group. We have 4 tracks dedicated to commercial vehicle, rail equipment, and major freight markets, including rail and intermodal panels, which Larry and numerous industry experts will be a part of. So with the 4 full tracks of information spread over 2 full days, we have over 60 speakers and panelists that are going to give a great deal of outlook and a plethora of information for you to come and experience. So if you would like more information on the conference, we've got a website completely dedicated to tracks, speakers, and agendas. It's ftrconference.com. I know we've got hotel rooms filling up fast, so I would urge you to register and book a hotel room as soon as you can. Let me know if you have any questions about any of that. I'd be happy to pass along any relevant information about registration details and get you in contact with the right person. So Larry, with that, I'll turn it back over to you for questions. Again, my contact information will be on the last screen right before this the conclusion of this webinar. feel free to reach out to me anytime with the questions or comments. Thanks. Larry, back to you. Mike, is there going to be a Q&A slide in there?
Yeah, when Larry's talking there, he's got a Q&A slide. So we'll go to that.
Okay.
Let's do a final outro as well. Just a really quick one. Just keep this one up and say,
okay.
Just come back and just say, hey, once again, thanks to Larry Gross for all of his insights today. And thanks for everyone for joining us. And again, if you have any, we're available. If we weren't able to get to your question, we will email you a response, as soon as we can, So cool.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay, hold on. I'll hide myself again. All right.
Well, thanks everybody again for joining us today. We have our contact information up there for myself and Larry Gross. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. We do post a number of different things on LinkedIn and Twitter, so I encourage you to follow Larry at the Intermodalist and look for FTR on LinkedIn for any of our updates. Again, thanks for attending, and everyone have a great day. That kind of sucked. I don't like it.
No, start over, do it again, but make sure you mention the key one is if we didn't get to your question today, because if anybody submits a question, the main one is just say if we didn't get your question today,
I'm just gonna stick to
boom. We promise that we'll get to them. We'll just do it by email.
Okay.
All right, I'm hiding.
Well, thanks everybody again for joining us, and thanks Larry for your insights and comments. I want to let everybody know that if we didn't get to your question, we will be sure to respond via email as soon as we can. My information and Larry's information is up on the screen. If you want to reach out to either of us, feel free to do so by email or phone. Other than that, I think that's all we've got, Larry. Appreciate your time again, and thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day.